Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our event, German Company of the Year 2020, from our studio and office in Copenhagen. I am joined by the Danish ambassador in Berlin, Susanne Hüllelund. Hi, Susanne. Um, it will be our task to present to you three companies, three nominees, and one winner for the German Company of the Year award in 2020. We do all this in English since we have guests or participants from Germany and Denmark. We usually do our events in Danish, but this time this can only be done in English. The German Company of the Year in 2020. We have three candidates or three nominees, and they form the basis for three success stories, and we're going to have to find one single winner today. We have three criteria that we have posted beforehand. These are stories about innovation, investment, and success. We have done this this is the fifth award that we hand out to a German company that has had success in Denmark. We have started in 2016. Bayer won in 2016. We had DAXA, we had Boehringer Ingelheim, and we had Beckhoff. I'd also like to mention that this is not just the Chamber of Commerce's award. We have Invest in Denmark with us and Copenhagen Capacity that we have jointly invented this this award with. How do we find the winning company? Again, we have a combination of online voting and jury voting. Both parts form 50% of the judgment that we then have, and this is the basis for finding the winner. We have had 505 votes on our platform this year, and we have gotten the jury votes from 5 jury members. We have the two ambassadors with us in this jury. We have Detlef Rünger, the German ambassador to Denmark, Susanne Hüllelund, Danish ambassador to Germany. We have the directors of the Chambers of Commerce in the two countries, Brian Mikkelsen, who is CEO at Dansk-Tysk, and Martin Wansleben, who is CEO for Deutscher Industrie- und Handelskammertag. As a fifth jury member, we have Michael Nielsen, who is the CEO of our previous year's winner, Beckhoff, Denmark. So at this point, I'd like to say hello again to Susanne Hüllelund, who joins us from the Danish embassy in Berlin. Susanne, welcome til.
Tak skal du have.
Susanne, you're the new kid on the block in Berlin. You have been appointed as ambassador to Germany. I think it was in September. How are things going in Germany?
Thanks. Yes, I started 1st September, and I'm really happy and glad that I could join your event today and being part of the jury. It's always been a great pride of mine to support foreign companies in Denmark and of course our Danish companies going abroad. Here in Germany, it's been a little tough being a newcomer to the city because it's been in a status of light and now hard lockdown. So it's actually a little difficult to meet new people. But as you know, the hard lockdown starts tomorrow. We will have many companies having people working in home office. We will have schools and kitas closed. We will have a lot of the retail closed. And basically, we're looking into an extended Christmas, New Year's period with very strict restrictions, with strict ways of you can meet people and how many people you can meet and where. And there's no glühwein in the street. There's absolutely new fireworks for New Year's. So we are going into a new serious lockdown with of course also consequences.
Mm.
And Rainer, is this now where I just comment a little bit on what we have seen this year? Is this the place?
Well, I'd like to ask you really what the economic consequences of this year's pandemic is or are. In particular, what is the consequence of this new hard lockdown that we're seeing in Germany right now? And then, what are the consequences for Danish exporters and Danish companies in Germany?
Yeah, as it's a pretty similar pattern as you have seen in Denmark. So second quarter of this year, really down the drain, really hard hit on exports and the GDP development. But already in the third quarter, you saw a pickup. And of course, now the question is, are we having the double dip now in this fourth quarter? It's too early to tell, but actually things are different in this second half of the year, because in the first half, especially in the second quarter, companies in Germany and the Danish exporters were hit by very difficult supply chains coming out of Asia and to and from Asia. So that is not the case now. Lots of goods coming into Germany, also free flow of goods out. So there's a different situation. But also you have a different system in Denmark. You have this Kurzarbeitergeld. So you have a lot of more people, up to 2 million people actually on kind of a substituted work. So they're not unemployed, they are related to their workplace, but in de facto they are out of work. So you have seen a massive increase of people on this kind of substituted living income, and we will see more of that. What this new hard lockdown will mean for German industry is hard to say. You have to take into consideration that the German industry in itself is not closed as of tomorrow, but it will be difficult to run the industry because of a lot of the employees will have to stay at home to take care of their children, because they will no longer be accepted into kindergartens and schools. So that's going to be a challenge for the industry going forward.
What are you telling Danish exporters? What's your forecast for 21?
Yeah, actually, I think our forecast is pretty good in the sense that there is the German experts and the German ministries are looking into a pretty nice pickup 2021, depending, of course, of the pace now of the vaccination program and the global economic outlook. But it will pick up due to the vaccination program that will start soon. And then we see, of course, also EU recovery funds coming to Germany. But more importantly, maybe, is the fact that the German ministries have set aside, the government, 140 billion euros for corona plans. A lot of that into this Kurzarbeitergeld, but about a third also directly into the new budget of digitalization and green recovery. So a large number of investments from companies and government side on electromobility, on renewables, energy efficiency, healthcare, especially on the digital side, and other industries covered as well. So I think we have a good. Germany is a big market. There are always interesting opportunities, but I think especially you have to follow a little bit the money going into the recovery plans.
Okay, thank you very much, Susanne, for this insight from Berlin on the German economy and on German business. I'd like to go on in our program, in our presentation. What I will do is I will present the three nominees to you, and I will then at each turn ask Susanne to comment on three candidates, the three nominees from the jury's point of view. We are going to do this in alphabetical order. We have as nominees this year BASF, CHG Meridian, Lidl Denmark. I will present these companies to you, starting with BASF, a company from Ludwigshafen, actually the largest chemical producer in the world. That means in figures over 100,000 employees globally and 59 billion euros in turnover last year. Founded in 1861 in Ludwigshafen, a city that actually basically consists of BASF. They have been around in Denmark also for over 100 years, and BASF employs 307 in Denmark. BASF wants to be a sustainable company. They want to be CO2 neutral in 2030. They have a process or a project called ChemCycling that is supposed to take care of that ambition. And a part of that ambition or a part of that project is to recycle plastic waste into the production in Ludwigshafen and other places. And what you can see here is, obviously two employees. The one on the right is a BASF employee, and the one on the left is a Quantafuel employee. Quantafuel being a relatively new company founded in 2007 that specializes in the recycling of plastic waste. And they were looking for a strategic partner and found that partner in BASF. That has invested 20 million euro into a recycling plant in Skive, which is in northern Jutland, thereby getting that plant to a new level. I think it has actually started just a month ago, that the first products from Skive, from Quantafuel's factory in Skive, have started to replace fossil resources at the BASF plant in Ludwigshafen. What's your take on BASF on behalf of the jury, Susanne?
Thank you, Rainer. Yes, a very interesting case. It is, as you said, a very well-renowned company, and it's important as a foreign investor to Denmark. Has a long history going back more than 130 years with the first sales to Denmark. And as you said, they've been established in Denmark since 1898. Since then, they have taken on a number of acquisitions in Denmark and grown quite rapidly. They have more than 300 employees as today, and is the largest German employer in Denmark. And it is engaged and committed toward, as you said, the promoting sustainable use of resources and the development of a circular business model and economy model for plastics, and therefore also very much in line with the Danish government's ambitions in the areas of circular economy and CO2 reductions overall. And also the jury is very positive towards the Quantafuel investment, because exactly it's a new way of co-developing new sustainable solutions and products that can be used as fuels or in the production of new plastic products. And BASF will use the secondary raw materials to develop the market for chemically recycled plastics, and hereby moving closer to solving one of the key global environmental challenges relating to waste plastics. Thanks.
Thank you very much for your comments on this great German company. I would like to go on with a company that comes from the Bodensee, actually, CHG Meridian from southern Germany, a company that was founded in 1979 and is actually one of the rare success stories that Germany has produced with regard to digitalization and IT. That company is now present in 27 countries all over the world. They have around 1,100 employees in those 27 countries. The company is, on the face of it, a leasing company, but when you look deeper into it is much more. It is a full service provider with regard to long-term investments for, in particular, three sectors, or focus of their activity lies on three sectors. We're talking here IT investment, we're talking industrial equipment, and we are talking healthcare investment, where CHG Meridian's expertise is. How about Denmark? CHG Meridian acquired a company, Acento, in 2014, a small leasing company here from Denmark, and they have made that company grow from around 4 million in turnover, 4 million euros in turnover, to around 10 times as much during 2019. The number of employees has tripled in that period, and what really made the company successful is turning that new company around from being merely a leasing provider to a company that offers all the all-round solutions that CHG Meridian is known for around the world. CHG Meridian also has a sustainability agenda, and 95% of all the leased equipment that CHG Meridian hands out to its customers is refurbished, and this 95% in relative terms amounts to around 700,000 remarketed devices worldwide in 2019. Susanne from Berlin, what's your take on that German company?
Yeah, it's a very strong example, as you said, of a German tech company that has chosen to invest in Denmark within the recent years. Interesting business model, sustainable solution. Not only have they proven to be a good business, but also to support their clients in Denmark to become more sustainable and efficient in the way that they work. They've been only in Denmark since 2014, but as you said, a very impressive growth in turnover and employment. Overall, it's a world-leading firm in the finance or within technology companies, and it has assisted Danish companies towards sustainable life cycle management of their technology equipment, from financing and acquisition to reuse and recycling. So despite the relatively short history in Denmark, CHG Meridian has already had a significant contribution in Denmark when it comes to supporting this continued digitalization and helping drive the development in a more sustainable and innovative direction. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Susanne. We'll change to our last nominee, Lidl, a German company that shows a Danish heart here on its Danish logo of Lidl Denmark. Lidl Denmark is part of the Lidl group that is from Baden-Württemberg, actually Neckarsulm, a group that is present in 29 countries, that runs 11,200 stores in these 29 countries. In Denmark alone, we have 133 stores or shops, and that is an increase of around 20% since 2018. And also with regard to employees, we're seeing strong growth, 30% since 2018, bringing them up to a workforce of 3,300 employees in Denmark. So strong growth. Part of Lidl's strategy here in Denmark is that they offer Danish consumers Danish goods that they are used to, and this is of course part of the success. Of course, the Danish products are then supplemented by products from other countries. Of course, very many German products, but also products from other countries. Remarkable part of this Lidl story here is that Lidl is actually also an export promoter for Danish companies. Danish companies, or the Danish suppliers of Lidl Denmark, also run an export business with regard to Germany to the tune of 25 million euros last year, and they also export Danish products to other Lidl markets, in particular to Europe. We're seeing three examples here: herring, mussels, and cold cuts from Danish suppliers that are exported to Germany and other Lidl markets. Lidl has actually, for what was it, 2 weeks ago, they have been named the retailer of the year 2020. That is the result of a survey with consumers that voted for the German retailer Lidl as their retailer or as their favorite retailer this year. And I think they have not just won this award once, but several times. And this shows how strong the market position of Lidl in Denmark is. What's your comment on Lidl, Susanne?
Thanks. Yeah, this is truly also an impressive business story. Lidl has celebrated their 15th anniversary in Denmark this year, and to a total of, as you said, 130 shops all across Denmark. They've been expanding by approximately 8 to 10 new shops per year. So in relatively short time, actually, they have managed to be a very familiar brand and a very familiar logo among the Danes and going around the daily shoppings. They have also impressive plans, I think, with targeting more than 200 shops over the coming years. And I also like to highlight the fact that they have also taken on Danish products and turning them into Danish exports. Danish producers export for a total of 800 million DKK through sales via the Lidl's corporate headquarters. So Lidl Denmark's contributions in the area of sustainability, I think we should also highlight. They are very much also in line with the Danish government's ambition to reduce CO2 emissions by 70% in 2030. For example, in a test project with trucks running on climate neutral fuel for distribution of food products from their logistics hub in Køge. It also includes cooling with sustainable cooling methods that also reduce CO2 emissions. So I think overall we can conclude and say that Lidl has been a strong foreign investor, showing also a subsequent strong focus on business locally in Denmark by involving local companies, but also by utilizing their investment to test and implement sustainable solutions that can be utilized across the entire Lidl organization. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Susanne. And I think we're nearing the point where we're going to have to announce the winner. It was a close race. This year's German Company of the Year award. As said, we have the jury voting, and we have the online voting. It was close, but in the end, it was also a clear result, and the winner of the German Company of the Year in 2020 is Lidl Denmark. Well, at this point, of course, we have known this for a couple of days. I have been to Aarhus with two video journalists, and we have filmed a bit at one of Lidl's stores, one of the newly refurbished Lidl stores. We're going to show you that small video clip. That's just 2 minutes. And then we're gonna switch to Aarhus, where Dirk Fust and Rasmus Pape are waiting for us, for their address to the audience. Ich überreiche den Preis an Rasmus Pape, Einkaufsmanager von Lidl Denmark. Herzlichen Glückwunsch.
Dankeschön, eller mange tak på dansk. Jeg vil gerne sige tusind tak for prisen som German Company of the Year. Det er virkelig noget, vi er stolte over. Jeg hedder Rasmus og er indkøbsdirektør i Lidl Danmark. Vi åbnede de første Lidl-butikker i Danmark i 2005, og siden da har vi oplevet, at de danske forbrugere har taget så godt imod vores butikker og varer, at vi i dag har 133 butikker og mere end 3.300 medarbejdere. Til daglig står jeg for vores indkøbsafdeling og har derfor et tæt samarbejde med vores danske og udenlandske leverandører, så vi altid har de bedste produkter på vores hylder til den bedste pris. Jamen, væksten har været vild og spændende. Det er fantastisk, at danskerne har taget så godt imod os. Jamen, vores kunder sætter stor pris på vores rene og moderne butikker med brede gange og et stort udvalg af friske og økologiske produkter, samt masser af danske lokale varer. Vi vil gerne være danskernes første valg, og derfor bliver vi ved med at udvikle os hele tiden, samtidig med at vi forfiner vores butiksoplevelse. Vi samarbejder selvfølgelig med vores tyske hovedkontor om at udvikle vores butikskoncept, og for eksempel tilbyde vores kunder specialprodukter fra et hovedkontor om at udvikle vores butikskoncept, og for eksempel tilbyde vores kunder specialprodukter fra Italien, Irland, Frankrig, Grækenland og Spanien, hvilket vi ved, at vores kunder er rigtig glade for. De seneste år har vi også arbejdet hårdt på at etablere kontakten mellem vores danske leverandører til andre Lidl-lande. Vi er simpelthen så stolte af vores gode danske leverandører, at vi mener, at de fortjener at komme ud på hylderne i Europa. Prisen er at være med til at sætte fokus på nogle af vores leverandører, men også demonstrere over for andre, hvilke muligheder det giver, at Lidl er en stor international virksomhed.
So that was our short on Lidl. I hope I can be joined now by Dirk Fust and Rasmus from Aarhus. So you have the award on your table.
Yes, and thank you very much to the Danish Deutsche Handelskammer, the experienced jury and the Danish consumers who have voted for Lidl in this prestigious award. Yeah. I want also to say I'm humble and proud and would like to dedicate the award on behalf of all our hard-working employees and suppliers who continue to push our collaboration now, not only for the benefit of the Danish market, but now also in Germany and Europe. Yes, and I would also to thank our Chief of Commercial Officer Rasmus Pape, who have done a tremendous job in making this export success with his purchasing team.
Thank you, Dirk, and also thank you from my side for the award as a German Company of the Year. It means a lot, especially to the employees and as well as to our suppliers, and especially to the whole purchasing team, who every day are in contact with all our fantastic suppliers all over Denmark. And the award means a lot, and we are actually very proud of it. But we also are very proud of our Danish suppliers, and we believe they deserve the opportunity to be on the shelves in other Lidl stores in other countries as well. The award helps to set focus to some of the suppliers, but also demonstrate to a lot of other Danish suppliers that there are opportunities within the largest retailer in Europe, Lidl, and especially in Lidl Denmark. And one of the reasons why we are able to win this award is due to our fantastic suppliers, Tenax Herring and Wilson Blue and Scar Food, amongst others. These three suppliers are super skilled, and we have been fortunate enough to support them in increasing their export. And we want as many good Danish products in our stores as possible, and the fact that we have also been able to help create an export success for the Danish companies benefits our collaboration. So we can invest further in Denmark as well in Germany and the rest of Europe. And once again, thank you to all. And if any suppliers is out there, then please reach out to us, so we can also get them on the export journey we already started with the 3 other suppliers. Once again, thank you very much.
Great. The way to exports to Germany goes via Lidl. Thank you for that offer that the Danish embassy in Berlin and we, of course, at the German-Danish Chamber readily take up. Great show here and great story with Lidl. Also great stories from BASF and CHG Meridian that have shown innovation and growth and success in Denmark, and that can also be proud of being nominated to this award. Well, thank you to all for being with us. Thank you to Susanne Höllelund for helping us here with our event, which of course was a bit experimental. We were supposed to hand out these awards at the end of October during our planned dinner event. But with regards to the current situation, it had to be moved online, and we are hoping very much that we can get back to a physical handing over ceremony with real attendance then in 2021. Thank you very much for being with us today. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.